There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hand for the right authority. They can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see you must talk it, I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante-side justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing in recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Sion, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Sion.
Rappy, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh, no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Easy, when you want some more, I provide it. So we start to talk. Come on, somebody.
Good morning, folks, and welcome to the program from the Print News. Today, Monday, the 4th day in the month of May, and the year stands at 2026. It's good to be here this morning after a wonderful weekend, and we just want to be grateful to the Almighty God for, affording us another opportunity to go to bed and be up this morning. We just want to be grateful. Well, folks, that's it. The Print News is back on your radio this morning after the weekend break. We are here to bring you trending stories from the print media. And in our studio today, we have the hard copies of Front Page Africa and the Inquirer newspaper. My name is Wendell Nimna, and I'm here this morning with Esther Daku and the rest of our USA team. Esther, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Wendell. Good morning to all of us. It's good to be here this Monday where we all can share what we have from what happened over the weekend and what we have from the papers this morning. It's good to be here.
I didn't get to talk to you since we last presented on Thursday. How was your weekend?
Well, my weekend was great. It was long and great. I had an amazing time, yeah.
Well, same here. We was the wonderful weekend from my end. And, it's always good to be here on the Monday.
Right.
It's a bad precedent, when you stay away from work on Monday because of the weekend activities, Friday, Saturday, then Sunday. But it's good to be here this morning, folks. So not to take much of your time, we have with us Aliyu Masaleh there in the United States. Aliyu, good morning and welcome. Aliyu system is muted. Aliyu, are you there? Okay, I think he's not ready now. So let's run you through what we have to share with you on today's edition of the show. Those of you who are watching, please drop your comment there in our comment section. So like I said, we have the hard copies of the Front Page Africa and the Inquirer newspaper. So I'm going to begin with the reading this morning, but yesterday it was a wonderful time with media colleagues and friends as we all converge on yesterday for the dedication of the rebranded Royal Communications Incorporated. Yesterday, we had a church service at the Fokekron Church on the Rabosville Highway, and then from there we proceeded for the dedication of the rebranded Royal Communications Incorporated. So let's begin with the top stories. He says here, I am not their enemy. We are Jab's political opponents at radio station dedication. And another story here, this is opinion, exporting wealth, importing dependency, and normalize poverty. Why does Liberia stay export raw materials instead of building manufacturing power? There's a question mark to this caption. And lastly, for obituary, we don't have interest in this morning, but let's begin now with the rest of the stories here on the front page, Africa newspaper. It says Bwaka renews war crimes court office mandate, keeps 2 million pledge, and sets 3 months deadline for bill, restructure, refocus, and realign. All right, very interesting story. Let's run there to take a few lines. Let's see what the story is all about. Yeah, let's get to it and take a few lines from there. Folks, is the print news on Freedom FM 87.9, the May 4th, 2026 edition, right here on your radio. So let's begin. It says President Joseph Bwaka returned from the United States on the weekend with a peace prize in hand and a pointed message for his own government. The War and Economic Crimes Court is happening, and it is happening now, renewing the mandate of the office established to create the court, pledging $2 million in annual funding and giving the office a 90-day deadline to come up with a plan to push the bills that would establish that court through the legislature. Bwaka moved to silence mounting fears among victims groups and justice advocates that his administration had lost its nerve on the country's most consequential transitional justice commitment. In the new directive, Bwaka ordered the Office of the War and Economic Crimes Court to begin working immediately with the legislature to push the draft bills towards passage. With a 90-day deadline to produce a plan for doing so, the legislature would set its own timeline for the votes. But the executive mansion made clear the administration's support would not waver until the bills were passed. The office, originally created by an executive order in May 2024 to establish a war and economic crimes court, later had a national anti-corruption court added to its mandate. Its second mandate expired on April 30, raising concerns among justice advocates amid silence from the executive mansion. Presidential executive order lasts 1 year but can be renewed indefinitely. Last year, Bwaka issued a renewal just 2 days before the previous order expired. Jala Babu, whose tenure as head of the office has been under fire by critics in civil society and government in the last week after a dispute with senior government officials spilled into public view, could not be reached for comment by late Sunday night. Justice advocates welcomed the president's robust statement the executive director of the Transitional Justice Working Group, a coalition of more than 25 civil society and victims organizations, described the move as a sign of progress. We believe that President Bouakar's renewal of the mandate of the Office of the Establishment of the War and Economic Crimes Court with a restructured and refocused flavor indicates that the president means well and that accountability has to be the hallmark of the new office. To said in a phone interview by telling them you need to report at so time. That means the president is serious about impact. In the lead up to the president's announcement, the coalition had added to pressure on the president with a statement calling for the office to be restructured to strengthen institutional capacity, eliminate performance inefficiencies, and waste of national resources, saying that Liberians deserve a credible institution that prioritizes their voices and delivers on the premise of transparency and accountability. Well, let's leave the story right there because of time. Let's take one more story from the front page, Africa, and get Esther set to bring us the Inquirer newspaper.
Right.
And this is centered around the Alternative National Congress. Mrs. Cummings' Alternative National Congress condemned propaganda against political leader Alex Cummings, countering the outright lies. We see the wife of the ANC political leader here, Mrs. Cummings, in defense of her husband. Well, let's take a few lines from that story. Very, very interesting. These are, political actors in the country. And so whenever they speak, we bound to listen. So let's see what the wife of Alexander Benedict Cummings is defending about her husband. We are trying to get to that story, and it's going to take us a few seconds to do. So, folks, just stay put as we get you prepped up to run you through that story. All right, we are already there. So let's begin. It says the wife of Alternative National Congress, ANC political leader Alexander B. Cummings, along with the party's leadership, has strongly condemned what they describe as a wave of propaganda and outright lies targeting the former Coca-Cola executive, signaling a more aggressive pushback against critics ahead of Liberia's next electoral cycle. Mrs. Theresa Cummings issued a blistering response over the weekend to allegations made by Unity Party supporters, say Koloyi Mendolo, accusing him of spreading falsehoods about her husband's properties, fantasies, and personal life. I would not sit quietly by as so-called Honorable C. Mendolo creates lies and a false narrative about Alexander B. Cummings. Mrs. Cummings said, for the second day in a row, I have read outright lies and complete negative statements. It is cruel, misleading, and evil. Dispute over properties and wealth. The exchange was triggered by claims from Mendolo regarding properties allegedly owned by Cummings in both Liberia and the United States. Mrs. Cummings dismissed those claims, stating that a residence in Atlanta cited by Mendolo does not belong to her husband. She also refuted assertions about a so called tower in Cinca. The Cummins Tower is a misnomer. She clarified the building is Sabah Suits, located on 15th Street and Payne Avenue. It has 6 floors and no rooftop pool. You are welcome to come and see for yourself. She further rejected claims that Cummins received a US 100 million retirement package from the Coca-Cola Company, challenging Mandolo to provide evidence. Please provide proof. This is nonsense, and you have no evidence, just noise, she said. Rebuttal of political and personal allegations. Mrs. Cummings also dismissed claims that former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf encouraged her husband to enter politics or hosted him upon his return to Liberia. He made his own decision to return home and never stayed with Madame Sirleaf in Fish Market, she said, describing the allegation as a complete fabrication. On long-standing rumors about Cummings' sexuality, she pushed back forcefully. Are you trying to push the lie once again that he is a gay? This only shows you how this only shows you have nothing else on him. The ANC, through its communication director, Sensi Kiadi, echoed Mrs. Cummings' stance, accusing political opponents of hypocrisy and orchestrating smear campaign. Caddy argued that criticism of Cummings for not using personal wealth to build national infrastructure is misplaced. Nothing that past and current leaders with state power have not done so either. Former President George Weah and President Waka were given state power and did nothing with it, Kiadi said. So stop the hypocrisy about Cummings having money and not building factories or roads. He added that Cummings has used his personal resources to support institutions in education, health, and agriculture through the Cummings Africa Foundation. The lies would not survive this time around. Every step of this fake propaganda will be exposed, Kiadi asserted. A pattern of political attacks since entering Liberian politics after retiring from the Coca-Cola Company in 2006. That's 2016. Cummings has faced a series of allegations. Cummings has faced a series of allegations from political opponents, including claims about his wealth, personal life, and political intentions. Cummings himself has previously acknowledged that failing to effectively counter misinformation was a weakness in past campaigns, something his group or his camp now appears to determine to correct. Critics back down. All right, so far so good. Those are all the stories we got to take from the front page Africa newspaper. Let's run to Esther to run us through the Inquirer newspaper. But today is World Freedom Press Freedom Day, so I want to say, hey, congratulations to all of us in the media.
Right. All right, this morning I have before me the Inquirer newspaper, and the top story here says World Press Freedom Day celebration goes to Cork City. UNDP resident representative delivers keynote. The resident representative of the United Nations Development Program will deliver the keynote address at the official celebration of World Press Freedom Day 2026 today in Kakata, Magibi County. Mr. Aliyu Mamadiu Dia will highlight the global team shaping a world at peace, promoting press freedom for human rights, security, and development. This year's celebration, as always, convened under the auspices of the Press Union of Liberia, will bring together about 100 journalists, media practitioners, civil society activists, government representatives, and international partners. The address comes at a critical juncture for Liberia and amid concerns about the erosion of democratic norms, assault on freedom of expression, disregard for a completion of the story is on page 10. Let's run there quickly to bring you some more lines and of the story. Okay, here we are. The rule of law by political actors and ongoing borderland dispute between Liberia and Guinea. These developments threaten to derail peace and undermine human rights, security, and development. The panelists include the former president of PUL, Ibrahim Masale, former Secretary General of the PUL, Tom Watson, Mumbo, Independent Development Practitioner Caroline Board, Deputy Director General for Administration, Liberia Broadcasting System, Kadiatu Conte Bori, and the Managing Director, Africa Development, Management Associates, Elias Shonin, who will all be discussing how press freedom can advance human rights and development in Liberia. On Tuesday, May 5, 2026, the celebrations will continue with the media security dialogue featuring an opening address by the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police, Gary Coleman. The dialogue will focus on strengthening collaboration between the media and security institutions with sessions on crisis communication and partnership. A conference on journalist welfare and safety will also be held alongside the PUL National Media Awards, recognizing excellence, innovation, and creativity in journalism during January to December 2025. The PUL will present its annual assessment of press freedom in Liberia, reflecting on achievements, challenges, and opportunities over the past 12 months. The PUL is confident that the 2026 celebration will inspire renewed commitment among national and international stakeholders to uphold press freedom, independent journalism, and freedom of expression, pillars essential to peace, human rights, and sustainable development. But let's leave you there and look at more stories on the front page of the Inquirer newspaper targeting foreign grip in distribution sector. Government moves to reclaim deep as retail targeting foreign grip in distribution sector. Government moves to reclaim retail space for Liberians. The government has stepped up the push to enforce Liberia's long-standing Liberianization policy, engaging major manufacturers and private sector actors in a decisive effort to expand local participation in the country's distribution and retail sector. The high-level meeting over the weekend brought together key industry players as part of renewed national drive to ensure that businesses or business opportunities legally reserved for Liberians are no longer dominated by foreign interests. At the center of the discussions was the enforcement of the 2010, that is the 2010 Investment Act, which explicitly reserves segments of the retail and distribution economy for Liberian-owned businesses. All right, we'll leave you here. You can grab a copy to read in depth. UN backs Liberia tourism reform. And then with the story is right here. Let's see some lines, guys. I think we saw a video footage of some tourists, into our country recently, which I think we all felt good about. But let's look at this story. UN backs Liberia's tourism reform. Liberia has taken a major step towards revitalizing its tourism industry following high-level bilateral meeting between the Director General of the Liberia National Tourism Authority, Princess Eva Cooper, and the Secretary General of UN Tourism, Shekhar Al Nawaz, the meeting, which included senior executives and top officials, is hailed as a diplomatic and technical breakthrough for Liberia's emerging tourism sector. During their engagements, Al Nawaz pledged the institutional completion is on page 10. We'll just take a few lines. We're not going to stay long there, just a couple of lines. And then we will run to more stories on this paper. Okay, page 10 is just right here. And this is page 10. So we should find this story here. Impacts. Okay, I don't know where else. Okay, we have it. Support to help reposition Liberia as a competitive and sustainable determination on the global tourism map. At the center of the discussion was a request from the LNTA for comprehensive assistance in key areas including capacity building, technical support, policy and regulatory reform, destination marketing, and access to global investment opportunities. The UN tourism chief also expressed openness to fostering strategic partnerships with peer countries, notably pointing to potential collaboration with Rwanda to promote knowledge exchange and institutional learning. But let's leave you there and run to the back page of this paper. We have Gafwan Puche's energy revolution to drive jobs in Liberia. Well, let's see which Gafwan is this. Is this the one at Legis or at the Ministry of Finance? But let's see the story. Okay, it says Finance and Development Planning Minister Augustine Gafwan has placed energy at the center of Liberia's economic transformation, declaring that affordable and reliable electricity is the single most critical factor in unlocking private sector growth and job creation. Minister Gafwan also issued a strong and urgent call for action, urging the Compact Development Team to adopt what he described as a unseen blood mentality in tackling the country's long-standing energy crisis. He spoke over the weekend during the official launch of the Concept Note development for Liberia's second Millennium Challenge Corporation, Compact at the Bella Casa Hotel in Monrovia. The team assembled through a rigorous and transparent section process is tasked with preparing a concept note that will guide Liberia's bid for critical MCC funding. According to Gafwan, the stakes are high and delays will not be tolerated and stressed the private sector is the engine of growth, but energy is the engine of the private sector. So if we do not solve our energy problem, we will stagnate progress. The minister then pointed out that the high cost of electricity remains the biggest burden on businesses across Liberia, limiting expansion and job creation. Reducing energy costs, he argued, would directly translate into business growth and increase employment opportunities. If we make power accessible and affordable, businesses will expand and they will employ, he said, warning that all other economic interventions will remain secondary without addressing this foundational problem. The government has therefore made a strategic decision to channel potential MCC compact funding into the energy sector alongside critical road infrastructure, two pillars Gafwan described as essential for leapfrogging Liberia's economy and shifting reliance away from public sector's jobs. Government cannot be the biggest employer, he asserted, emphasizing the need for a vibrant and self-sustaining private sector. In a passionate appeal to the Compact Development Team led by National Coordinator Aliyu Farid Nyan, Gafwan called for speed, innovation, and determination in navigating what is often a lengthy and technical process. Use your knowledge, your thinking ability, and prove that you are among the best in the brightest fight for Liberia and push as much as you can push, he urged, while acknowledging that certain procedural timelines are unavoidable The minister warned against unnecessary delays, signaling what he described as impatience with delay from leadership. He also encouraged the team to remain grounded and responsive to public expectations, even in the face of criticism or misunderstanding. Listen to the people. Sometimes they will not understand all that you understand, but always work to make people happy. Confirm added. Representing President Joseph Boakai, Minister of State for Presidential Affairs Samuel Steve Kwa reinforced the importance of the MCC compact as a cornerstone of the administration's IRS agenda, which prioritizes infrastructure development and institutional reform. The MCC compact is not just about funding, it is about partnership, discipline, and results. Steve Kwa emphasized calling for strong collaboration among all stakeholders. Invoking a familiar Liberian proverb, he added, one hand cannot tie a bundle, underscoring the need for unity, trust, and shared purpose in delivering results that will benefit all Liberians. Meanwhile, the launch marks a pivotal step in Liberia's effort to secure transformative MCC support, with the government making clear that the ultimate goal is to build an inclusive economy powered by reliable and affordable electricity. At the technical work, as the technical work begins, the message from the government is unmistakable. Move fast, stay focused, and deliver results that will finally light up Liberia's path to sustainable growth. But that's it. Let's see our final story here to see what have calls for stronger partnership between media tax administrations. Just few we can take few lines from that quickly. We're not going to take the whole thing. The West African Tax Administration Forum has called for a strengthened partnership between the media and revenue authorities across Africa, emphasizing the press freedom is central to improving tax compliance, enhancing transparency, and advancing sustainable development. In a statement issued to mark World Press Freedom Day, the executive secretary of WATAF, Jules Tapsobar, underscored that a free, independent, and responsible press remains a critical pillar of effective and accountable tax system. Well, let's leave it here, Wendell, and send controls back to you for a continuation of the program.
Thank you there, Esther Daco. Thank you very much for that splendid presentation. Well, folks, if you just join us, you are listening to the program from the Print News. It's on Freedom FM 87.9. And we're about to catch up with our break. But before we do, let's recap for you the stories we brought to you this morning from the Inquirer and the Front Page Africa newspaper. All right, this morning, these are the stories from the Front Page Africa. It says here, top stories: I am not their enemy. We are, as the former president of Liberia, jabs political opponents at radio station dedication. And another story says, exporting wealth and importing dependency and normalize poverty. Why does Liberia stay export raw materials instead of building manufacturing power? And those are the top stories. Let's bring you to the banner ones. Boakai renews War Crimes Court Office mandate, keeps 2 million pledge, and sets 3-month deadline for bill restructure, refocus, and realignment. All right. So finally, for the Front Page Africa, Mrs. Cummings of the Alternative National Congress condemned propaganda against political leader Alex Cummings, countering the outright lies. And that does it for the Inquirer newspaper. Let's run you to the front page. Let's run you to the Inquirer newspaper. World Press Freedom Day celebration goes to Cox City. UNDP resident representative delivers keynote. And more stories to cover: targeting foreign grip in distribution sector. Government moves to reclaim retail space for Liberians. And then lastly, for the front page of the Inquirer, UN backs Liberia's tourism reform. Let's take you to the back page. And Gafwan pushes energy revolution to drive jobs in Liberia. And lastly, WhatsApp calls for stronger partnership between media and tax administrations. Those are all the stories we got to share with you this morning on the program from the Print News. We're going to take word from our sponsor, and then when we come back, we will bring you our talking points this morning. So stay tuned as we take a break to be right back.
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to serve the search of vigilante-side justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we have seen in recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Sion, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Sion.
We want peace in Liberia. Peace in Monrovia. We want peace in Liberia.
Robbie, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
He said, when you want some more, I provide.
Yes, indeed. Exeter's Best Price Store. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store. All right. Those of you who always go there to purchase your goods, you know exactly what we said in that ad is a reality. You won't get things for cheaper price. I mean, non-alcoholic and alcoholic beverages. Well, Exeter's Best Price Store is that place for you. And the good thing about it is that they have reduced the prices of all club beer products. So anything that Club Beer is fixing and you want to buy from Exeter's Best Price Store, they got good discount for you. So take advantage and make your party to stump, you know. They got everything. You want to have a party, you want drinks for your party, you know, your wedding reception, and you just name it. Wake keeping, repasts, I mean, anything you want. As a matter of fact, they also own and operate the Exodus Entertainment Center there on Gurley Street. And also proud of to be associated, Mayuba and Sons Incorporated. They are one of the giants in the petroleum business, Crime Stopper Liberia, headed by our own right here at Freedom. So those are the stories we read this morning. But I'd like to play this before we go to Aliyu Masaleh. Let me just play this and bring Aliyu in. So, folks, I want you to listen to this. It's just a teaser for you this morning, all right? Let me see what I can get it from this end. It's just a teaser. What is going on here? It's just a teaser. It's just a teaser. I'm trying to get that teaser for you. What is happening? All right. But while we stay trying to get the teaser, let's run to Aliyu. Aliyu, good morning and welcome. Aliyu,
Good morning, Mr. Nimle. Good morning, Esther. And good morning, Mama Labua. Aliyu Masade, glad to be here this morning. How's everything?
everything is okay, Aliyu. It's good having you. And let me openly say a big thank you to you and the rest of the Radio LIB team for identifying with the institution. We are challenged, and so some of our folks who are abroad who also follow us, have come out to make some contribution to make sure that we keep the station running in terms of buying fuel and other things. So, Aliyu, want to say a big thank you to you, Solomon Hashim Tunis, to our man in Minnesota, Brooklyn Park, Sam Toby. Sam Toby, you did a great job. Thank you ever so much. I received the book bags. I received the copybooks that you sent. They are in my possession. And so we have them, we'll give them out to our winners on our throwback. So, guys, I want to say thank you ever so much for all you do for your country, Liberia. But Lee, you've been there listening to all of the stories. I don't know which one caught your attention. Yesterday was the rebranding of the rebranded Royal Communications Incorporated. Yesterday was the dedication, and we were there to grace the occasion, including the former president of Liberia yesterday. And so the president said something yesterday that I see a lot of folks. Look, some of you that are running with these things on Facebook, you better be careful. We know a lot about you, but if you want us to say it, we definitely will not draw back. Some of you who are our friends and writing nonsense on Facebook, you have to be very careful because we'll put those nasty things about you outside. And you know for a fact that we know it. You know for a fact that we know it. So you have to be very careful. What the former president said yesterday is a reality. It's not a lie. The former president said the only person that was sensible, because he said every time people call him and say, I'm sick, when he said, let me take them to the hospital, they said they didn't want to go to the hospital. The only sensible person was Joseph Nyima Bwaka, who said that he wants to go to hospital, and he was taken to hospital. So what big about it, folks? But let's hear from Aliyu. Aliyu, let's hear from you. There are a lot of stories we read this morning. Let's get your take.
Thank you, there, Mr. Nimne. Thank you, Esther. Yes, we just have to do what we're doing to butcher the station efforts. Yes, we had to make the people to know what's happening. Yes, so I already caught my attention. You see, this issue about Mr. Cummings, and this is what I said the last time. Mr. Cummings, you don't have to wear, white clothes and turban to get into politics. Yes, because everybody know politics is a dirty game. And this is what we expect them to be doing. You can't sit there or those Unity Party people always come and label you, say negative things about you, and you let it to slide. When we're talking about one of the best that Liberia ever produced, Mr. Cummings, he's in the line. He's in the line when we're talking about people. So to just see those beheaded chickens with no brains to always come after him and saying all kinds of things, and you're like, it's like if people are giving credence to it. So this is time to erect checkpoints to some of these things. When somebody come out and say something, debunk it. Give them the fight, the actual story of what is happening or what happened. And I think that's a good step they are taking. People who they are not relevant, nobody knows them, to just come and be tarnishing people's reputation, saying all kind of negative things, all in the name of politics. That's not good. I think the ANC, they are taking a good stand, and they should continue to remain there. And those people, that's why they know where we can pass. Because you will not say, anytime a judge here, you go free. We will go in the quarter, and we'll see who will come out and who will leave there. So you have to do the same thing, ANC. When we're talking about the best, Mr. Kumi, George Weah, Madam Seli, these are people that when you call their name, you say from Liberia, the whole world, they will say, oh yes, we know them. We know who Mr. Kumi is. We know who Madam Seli is. We know who George Weah is. One time I was driving and I make a stop to hip up to get a chicken and fries. So I was on the phone and the guy asked me, where you from? I said, Liberia. Oh, George Weah. That was the first thing. George Weah, that guy, he's good. Oh, during the war, he was going from place to place to check on his citizen when he was playing soccer. He's not your. That guy was just talking about George Weah. I said, you know, he said, yes, I've been following him from when he was playing football, even when he was president. And I'm still following him. He said, you people have a good man. He's so good. And I asked him, where are you from? He said, I'm from Jordan. He said, George. I said, that man was talking about George Weah and forgetted that to give me my food. You see? Yes. So you see, these are people, when you talk about George Weah, when you call Liberia names, sometimes people immediately they say George Weah. People like Madam Seli, people like Mr. Kumi, and the list go on. So you can stay there to always allow people to come and denigrate your political leader, or because of politics and you're like it to fly. Yeah, we give them credence to continue doing it. Like the thing they talk about Mr. Kumi, he this and that. And you people know he's not that. But that's politics. People will say nasty things about you, and when you let it slide, then they hold you on it all the time to bring you down whenever you want to speak.
Yep.
So yes, so that's one of the good things. The ANC, I always say this: if you people want to wear shoe, wear shirt, wear trousers, wear cap to get in politics, the Unity Party will better you all the time. You see. And lastly, this statement about what the former president said yesterday, and I seeing people biking all on social media like loose dogs. They had to stop being emotional and put their feeling in check, because that's just the reality. You see, that's just the reality. They had to stop that. And the president said something, the former president, the only sensible person was Joseph Boakai. Even though Joseph Boakai hate to see George Weah, even the flies that leave George Weah compound, if Joseph Boakai could see, he will go after that fly to tell you how he hate that man. Even he was opposition, he hated him. He never wanted to see him, even though George Weah was open to him, but he had a hate for George Weah. But when he was sick, at the point of death, George Weah said, my papi, you need to go to hospital. With all the hate, with all their politics, what he prioritized his health over everything, and he accepted it. And he came, he got his surgery, everything, and he went back to the country. I think 1 or 2 days after he was on the protest ground protesting against the man who just saved his life. But he put politics aside. So why is it that other people who hate the man so much, you will be sick at the point of death, and the man you're supporting, who was sick at the point of death, and he hated the man, he still accepted offer to come and see after he help. But you people sit there and you will say, oh, if that J.A. let me die. That's it. To tell you how foolish and stupid you are. You see, if you will get an 81-year-old man that is well smarter and sensible than you, who is 40 or 45 years, like I said, you people, your brain needs some wiring. They had to reset your brains. It make no sense. So you stop biking. That's just the fact. Joseph Boakai is sensible enough, then he surrogate you people that are behind him. Because Joseph Boakai will not be in our country for him to be sick. Even if he hears somebody say, let me send you to hospital, they say no. People will say that he benefit. Why he and Madam Seli served our country for 12 years? How Jenkins started down, Moses Zebla. Why they couldn't do the same? George Weah had no right to send Joseph Boakai to hospital, but because of his kind heart, he's a humanitarian, and he saw him like a father. George Weah, you think when your father was alive, will sit down and see your father die? No, they made he's my father. No matter what our political differences, I have to make sure I save his life, and that's why he did. He had no right to do it. So you shouldn't say that Joseph Boakai benefit. Why he and Madam Seli were they couldn't do it for other leaders, past president, past Jenkins Star, and other people that died like chicken in the street. Why they couldn't do it?
Yeah, even Moses Blah, Judy Bryant, all the
Judy
folks,
Bryant,
you know?
yes, I bet looking for that name today. Why they couldn't save their life? But that's who George Weah is. So you stop backing around. And I see the deputy minister of I think foreign affairs for
Yeah.
whatsoever saying that George or Joseph Waka gave George we had 2 brand new cars when he took over. Why people should be putting their character at line for those kind of things because of politics? You see, Joseph Waka, every Liberian will say, "Oh, George
William,
Weah became
time
president.
outside.
He gave Joseph Waka brand new cars. He gave Joseph Waka able to even give George Weah Sako when Unity Party will not fly in the street. So the car he went to get George Weah, it was done in the night or in the secret war. As a lady, you call yourself a minister, assistant minister, to lie like that publicly. You say Joseph Waka gave George Weah brand new cars when he took over as president. I'm disappointed in you. You know you are a lady, so I don't want to go there with you. If you were my friend, man, kind of day I finish an adjective for you. But stop lying like that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Aliyu Masale. Shortly we'll go to the phones and hear from our listeners. Yesterday was a great day. I'm telling you, we had a wonderful time together. I was fortunate to meet some of our callers on yesterday, like Spencer Mohammed, Patience Gray. What's the other old man name again? I'm sorry, I just slipped. Yeah. So I mean, we all had a great time yesterday at the Folkeklon, church, and from there we proceeded for the dedication of the Royal Communications Incorporated. And the former president yesterday, I like to put it that way. My president yesterday said some things, that has been recorded into history. So a lot of you that were there and listened, those of you who follow the program, you got a lot of things from the president yesterday. He said some things that we heard for the very first time, even mentioning his son, Cham. When he got Cham, the things he went through, he was at the age of 18 after his grandmother told him, say, look, Mane, now you have a child, so you need a room. But George told the folks yesterday that they were 17, just living in one room. And one time his grandmother just told them, look, one of you will be blessed. And, I mean, there were a lot of things he said that brought tears down from the eyes of people yesterday. The entire place was sad because they knew that a leader has taken the podium to speak. So everyone was attentive. So we had a great time yesterday. And I'm telling you, it was colorful. Want to say a big thank you to the management team there at Royal Communications, headed by Abraham Godson William, aka Tisha Light. I'm trying to get this recording. Let me see what I can play from this end. I don't know why it's not popping. I don't know, but I'm trying to get it to play, but it's not popping. All right, let's see what we can get to. Okay. Oh, this internet. They public e-money le. Oh, this internet.
So we are saying 2G5. That's a small thing to identify. One day, we are talking. Then he say, he wants sending money back. So, okay, yeah, we'll send money back. I raised the 2G5. Get a 2G5, the job I got to send it to you. The job I got to eat the 2G5. The public eat money there. I don't know what it is. Better you need to buy them when I have one. They were displayed. I raised 60,000. I sent the 60,000 by my to pay the rent. Not really. If I eat 40, get a minute 20. Keep COVID. And I probably just all the letters. COVID. I said, Papa, you gotta go identify our own people, I sent 10 grand. Papa, go buy oxygen 10. You know, oxygen was a big thing, you know that, right? Oxygen 10, colas, gloves, get away to the hospital. The papa eat the 10 G. And you know what I know is to talk? The whole traditional nonsense. You know, uncle now, you know? You can't go question your uncle. Oh, you fast!
Wow, you listen to Henry Costa. It's an old recording, though. I know a lot of you have heard that recording before, but I mean, this is the kind of president we have in this country. Send the man $2,500. Yeah, George, we have mentioned that. And they decided to pay back the money. So according to Henry Costa, he raised the 2,500 and sent it to Bwaka. What Bwaka did? He swag it. He raised 60K again when the Unity Party was going through the rental scandal, you know, the rent issue. He raised $60,000, sent the $60,000 to the old man. They probably 40K and he gave the people 20K. It didn't stop there. COVID time, when Liberians were dying, Costa again said he raised $10,000 and sent it to the old man. What did the old man do? Costa said, "Look, old man, the money in the wild, we ready now buy oxygen, you know, and oxygen tank. You buy Clorox, you buy different things, you know, hand sanitizer and all of that." The old man ate the money. They are listening to the Secretary General for Unity Party Monserrato chapter telling you, the UPist, that most of you are not qualified. Your own man telling you because you say you want job. So he said the reason why you ain't get job, Unity Party people that were all in the trenches in the poo water, running around for Joseph Bwaka Bini, the Monserrato County chapter for Unity Party Secretary General, Amos Scully, said that the reason a lot of you don't have jobs today because you are not qualified. He said when you go ask for a job, when you say you go bring your people, you can go buy again. That they excuse the man guy for you who want job from Unity Party. You're the Unity Party people. Can you imagine this kind of country? But Esther, let's take some calls. I have a very important call coming. Let me take this call.
Go ahead. Let's come to engage the lines. But I think before we come to the line, let's quickly look at our comment section, and then we can go to the lines without.
Yeah, Esther, thank you. I'm back. I had to tell this person to pause, but
Yeah,
take the
so-
comments. Let's do the comments first. You off mic. All right, you on now. Go ahead.
All right, from the comment section, we have Sekou Kane. He says, "Good morning to Freedom FM." We have Mamadou Bat. He says, "Good morning. How are you?" We have William W. Wulu. He says, "The Liberia Civil Rights Movement official spokesperson is watching live from Upper Caldwell, Monrovia, Liberia. Good morning, guys." Venetia Junior Bar says, "Good. I'm following you from Newtown." And he said, is coming back.
The only borough in the Republic of Liberia, the borough of Crutown. That the only borough in the country.
Well, we have Sam Toby. He says, "Good morning, Freedom FM. I'm following you from Brooklyn Park, Minnesota." Sam, I want to use this time to say thank you for what you sent. Definitely, Winter's going to do what he should. But we have Clarence Obechi, where he says, "Good morning, Winter and Esther. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend like Joseph Bwaka and Katumu. I'm watching this morning from Mandela Cooper." Mandela Cooper preferred boyfriend district, the most decorated district, 11 in terms of Richard Nabwekun photos. Well, Estelle G Play, you come crack me up here. Estelle G Play says, "Good morning. I'm watching from Bannersville Junction." Henry Tito Jr. says, "Good morning, my Freedom FM family and the Radio LIB crew of Staten Island." And whatever report, Henry, I don't know whether you're following the show, but whatever report me here today. We have Emmanuel Selcon. He says, "Good morning, my Freedom FM family. I'm watching from the Sinker Belt." We have J Momo Passaway. He says, "Good morning, Freedom family. I'm watching from Shoe Factory Community." Michelle Dude, he says, "Watching from my aunt family." It's good to have you watching, Michelle.
It's good to have you, Michelle.
We have Stanley Campbell Lava. He says, Good
Is that
morning,
stand that Shirley Carbon Laval?
Shelley, right?
Yeah.
And good morning, Freedom FM. I'm watching from Rick's Institute for Journal. Mary Tule says, good morning, Freedom FM. I'm watching from Police Academy. We have Brick T. Young. He says, good morning, Freedom FM. I am following you from River G County. Conway, as I don't know what name this
What's that?
is. Conway Ken District, number one.
Yeah,
I think
Kawi
I'm
Ken
right.
District number 1.
We have Stanley Boza. He says, a very pleasant greetings to the peace-loving citizens of Mama Liberia. I'm watching live from my residence in Congress City, sorry. When Johnny Esther, former president Weah, was right for saying what he said. Just a matter of time, President Weah is coming back to fix the mess caused by UPIC's rescue hustlers. We have Fumbar Kandaka Oya. He says, watching live from Jane Liberia Town. I think that's Jane Liberia Town, Kroma Klein, Tiwa District, Rankipman County. We have Prince Shafar. He says, good morning, following from Jamaica Road. Hezekiah Dodo says, good afternoon, Freedom FM. I'm following closely from District 17, Gruville City, Montserrat County, Liberia. Josh Weah will give these criminal rescue guys pressure. Liberia deserves better. We will not stop fighting until the rightful things be done. We are 2029 and move. And now we have informed Liberian today. He says, let's stop dancing around and issue and face the truth. Former President George Weah shared a history not to insult, but to remind us of something important. He said when Joseph Boakai needed help, he stepped in and took him to the hospital, not politics, not, let's roll this up, not politics, not cameras, just help. Now ask yourself, after 12 years as vice president of Liberia, how does a man reach a point where he cannot even handle his own emergency? Is that a kind of leadership we should trust with a whole country? We have Henry Yango. He says, following closely from my end on this cold Monday evening. Thanks to you guys for the great service. We have Wisa Colley. He says, President George, we are the best 2029. We have J. Henry Na. He says, I'm following you guys from Fendel Kalfi. We have Wisa Colley again, says, God is great. Mr. President George, and we are God is great. Mr. President 2029. We have Clarence Dway again, says, Joseph Boakai supporters hate to hear the facts about their bossmen, past and current. I'm not going to mention that one. And we have Laura Askey says, good morning, Freedom FM. I'm watching you guys from the USA. That is Mohead.
Mohead, Amen, should be Minnesota.
We have Wisa Colley says, the best president of the Republic of Liberia, George Weah. We have Daniel Saki. He says, good morning, big brother. We have Wisa again says, Weah is great, Mr. President. What is it? So far, so good. These are all the comments.
Thank you so much, Esther, for running us through the comments. It's now to hear from our people. What do you make of the stories we read this morning? You listen to the recording we played from Henry Costa. You listen to, I'm telling you, David King. I also met David King yesterday for the first time, and David King is calling. So let me take him. Welcome to the show, David.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Neiman. And let me say good morning to Darlene. Darlene, how you doing?
I am fine. I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, I wanted to see you yesterday, but you were not there. However, your boss was there.
Sure.
The two of them.
Yep, you're going to represent us.
Yeah, you are fully represented.
Mm-hmm.
You see, what President we are stated yesterday, it was not an insult, but rather the reality. But the thing about, we Liberians, whenever somebody speaks truth to us, it go down into our souls. And it's good to tell people the truth, because the truth will set you free. The truth will make you to be, guilty free. But whenever people tell people truth in the country, they forget facts. My president, we have said, he said people want him dead. Okay? He talked about Julius Akara.
Yeah.
And there are some people who don't think, after some time, they come out and say they are the prodigal son. Okay? But these are people that when things happen to them, and you move in and say, let me carry you to hospital, somebody say, I want to die. Let me just die. No, I'm not going. But the most sensible person here was Mr. Bwaka, who agreed to say, yeah, take me to hospital, even though I hate you, but take me to hospital. Okay? That was sense on his part. President, we did not insult Mr. Bwaka. He did not say anything denigrating about him, that Daniel Sano, Darius DeLong, and the rest of the other guys were wrong with it. This thing was not about Broski me dead and going. I was there. I gave him this video.
Amen.
We are talking about Joseph Bwaka. So while conversations surrounding Joseph Bwaka with people like Daniel Sano, we're not even hearing the UPS making noise. Okay, the other guy from Ministry of Foreign Affairs. You lie. Say what about you lie. Because you know nothing about Joseph Bwaka's generosity. Joseph Bwaka does not even have generosity. Joseph Bwaka cannot name one person that he sent to school. Okay? But Joe can mount the podium and tell you who all he sent to school, and you will see that it will be visible. All right? And this old man could take salt water and give it to his goat to make it to get fat and go sell it to an Indian man. He a master pool. I mean, that was the own narrative that he
But man,
gave.
David, thank you. Thank you so much.
So George
David,
always speak truth. He don't lie. He tell people the truth.
okay.
He always have those that offend the truth.
Thank you, David. Thank you so much. Let's go to the female general who spoke on behalf of the fans on the yesterday. The female general, Masisi. Good afternoon.
Thank you. Also, GC Alpha.
I knew Nina again.
Oh, I'm adding it. GC Alpha. Joseph Bwaka, name woman.
Oh, Joseph Bwaka, name woman.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyhow, name man. Today is dying the show, so I name too.
Okay.
And man, a woman, so Gina. Thank you.
Let's hear
let
you.
me respond to those people outside in the green t-shirt and green blouses. They say we have said something yesterday and they are running with it. So this morning, our up here, radio. You know what? When we send our radio place to place and we meet somewhere and we listen to voices, we want to bring all kind of liquor in the show, then we say, no, we start right there and you rest on check with them. So I rest on check on this morning, up here, radio.
Okay.
And then we are saying, send Bwaka to hospital. I want no doubt about it. It's not inhaling. And a gentleman came from the green t-shirt side and said, he was proof. It was lying and believing. So it was God proof. That's why I'm calling out you up here radio. So I listened to it. I went for him on the video. I said, if you say that lie, money you are paying back. Tell me, it's money that you have to prove the fact. Why is the money you want to pay back to President William? You and every snow, tell me. All your what for you are yet a green t-shirt leader. All for that in your regime. You can't live there yet, and you know some of them with them. We're not sponsoring around here. We here live in this country under Bwaka administration and Mansour administration. People die here. But they say the poor guy is staying in the government or is in government, 30% is there for you. No, that's what we did in that time. We can't put it in, I'm going to take it to the hospital.
Okay.
We saw the former president die here the last time. He died at JFK. What if you got seen when you get here? But go to the wickedness, what was there, they died at JFK. We got leaders that died on door. But they were here as leaders. But we also don't know the king, but he said, go care we are. You told me not to use the airport that he built. But when you were there, you were all about that. Why we was there in Liberia? I was bringing money to the country. You were all about that, but we have that airport. And you deny it. But you're not here, we are. No, you hate him. It's a generation now the one where we are down, but we are saying moving.
Okay.
We are sick, we are down, we are sick. We couldn't see we are okay, we are here. We are sick. You know something, you know what? You get something on your side, you saw it, you need nothing to hear. On their platform, they were putting it down, we are saying they want him to die. Oh, we are killed out that day, all of them were surprised. We said they said they were killed also.
Thank
You
you.
want to hear with them?
Thank you, Master Z. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Master Z.
You wicked when I say that you wicked.
Thank you.
And you put up doors here and you tell them that investigate terrible. That one I put for the message or I get one off the door. Then you will not get issue with it. You better get with my sign. Thank you, Bacha.
A woman, a small woman, my sissy. Thank you, my child, my sissy. Oh, the woman, yeah. Hey.
You know, more child, but
Hello. Me by a floor for all. Hello. Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, my name is Amos calling. I'm calling from God.
Yeah, Amos, welcome to the show.
Yes. I want to ask a question. What was hate and two? People admire, total casting of Joseph Boakai. So how you call that one?
The way I call it. Hello, are you there?
Daniel, how you doing?
I'm fine. Edmond Kai is better having you than the chap who just left the line. So let's hear you.
Thank you. I'm not a concerned Librarian for Justice. I wish I was seeing yesterday I knew I was in the church, but when I came out.
But Edmond, I was all over the place. I must say I wanted to see you, but I couldn't get to see you because anyway, you know how the place was parked.
Yeah. Well, it's good. Even when I say fire, when you were speaking yesterday, but anyway, we'll meet.
Yeah.
But, they got somebody icing, somebody threw casket or wire. The people that are stole the casket, what did the leader say? Any President Boakai told us your star in a group? That is a difference between Boakai and President George Weah. When we did something that he know that it was not okay, he can't tell us he's a low your star. And we stop. But for Boakai, he will be doing it, he'll be clapping. That is a difference. So the fact remains that Boakai agreed that President Weah is his enemy, but he was a sensible one that he accepted offer from him to go for treatment. And at that time, where were you guys? Where were the Dino? Where were the Mo Ali? Where were the Daniel Sanders that was trolling Nyongri there? Where was he? Then somebody come and bring lazy argument that was Boakai benefit. That is why we say the United guys lack wisdom. They lack intellectualism. They lack. Because the first time before you can tell us that our Boakai benefit, what is the benefit of former Vice President Mondlane?
Okay.
Before you calculate clear, you calculate it to come to year to know how to realize for someone to just fly, put you inside, carry you, the top petition, they assign that petition to you. When you went to America, you live in party were not there, CDC was taking care of you in the hospital when they deploy you by more than 100,000.
Okay.
From Vice President salary, maybe 1 year time, gave you 100,000. So we both in that one. That it was Boakai benefit that President Weah used. No, it was President Weah goodwill.
Okay.
Boakai is a major opposition leader at the time. And there were some people around here who could have taken Boakai to JFK lay down there. Because we know that it was a threat to our second term. We could have allowed him to be here. But because President Weah is a different person, he took the initiative to get, and he didn't save it on anger. But he said it because other people that he has helped, the very people that he helped,
they want to see him down today. Exactly. Thank you, Edmond. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Edmond. Thank you. That's true. Thank you, Edmond. Thank you so much for your contribution. That's the voice of Edmond Carr. I couldn't get to see him yesterday, but let me talk to Joseph Colley from New York City. Welcome to the show, my brother.
Hey, good evening, my brother Wendell, and to my sister Esther, and to Mama Liberia. This is Joseph Colley. Look, my brother, the truth hurts. The truth is the double-edged sword. It hurts. What the man said is not the truth. Did he lie about Boakai? All the lies Boakai told you about what you were going to do, have he done anything? No, the truth hurt. And this is what I said this morning, Friday. Look, George Weah is like the eagle and the crow. The crow, my Liberian people, is that black bird that always like to pick on the eagle. The eagle don't battle. They don't run to fight. They just fly high in the sky. They'll crow set on the back. It will fly high. When it goes certain place, the crow can't breathe, then the crow will fall off. So let me tell you, when people taking you to be enemy and you are doing all the best, don't look at them. You don't have to be in the corner fighting, doing all those things. They just fly high above them. Do the best, as George we have been doing for the Liberian people. But the fight there hurt these people so much that when they say it hurt. Look, but it hurt you, especially. Look, I'm not talking to all how they call it, Unity Party people. Look, disgruntled one. No, reckless one there who don't care about the Liberian people. Let them hold the transformer, my brother. They can go hold the transformer with the regular supporter of the Unity Party who don't care about Liberia, who don't care to seek the welfare of the Liberian people. Is their king the try to please,
okay,
to honor him, because when they say something about him, it like that so much. Let them go hold the transformer.
Thank you.
You all, man.
Thank you. Let me thank you, Joe Colley. Let me talk to Spencer Mohammed. Spencer, welcome to the show, my brother.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Windia.
Good afternoon to you, Spencer. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Esther, and good afternoon, Windia. Windia, thank you yesterday. Thank you very much yesterday. I was too much elated to have seen you and to start a new beginning in our life. Thank you. And to the issue.
Yep.
Windia, just few days ago, those same people that are running with President Weah's speech, they were here talking about President Boakai metamorphosely. When President Boakai look at Liberia,
they didn't want to know all the book.
They were all around here saying the president was speaking metaphorically. What is funny with President Weah? President Weah wasn't stuck to the point. Look, they hit against President Weah. You don't have to come for heaven to know it. Look at the three missing boys case, for example. Look at the death of the editor, or the auditor, the four auditors, for example. Look at the 16 billion, the cost of 16 billion. They said President Weah stole the money and carried to the house. Today, 3 years, where are the evidence on those quote-unquote blanket aggregation against President Weah? Are those not it? What evidence do they want? Why are they not questioning the provision of the first part of the time for the University of Liberia that was done by President Weah? Why are they not questioning it? Why are they not questioning the scholarship that was introduced at the University of Liberia that brought on quote-unquote lawyers that are now prosecuting? Why are they not questioning those things? Why are they running with something that is visible that everybody knows? Look, President Boakai is just an mistake, and that's why President Weah was clear. Thank you very much, brother.
Thank you.
To make my brother on national issue. Thank you.
Thank you, Spencer. Let's talk to Patience Gray. Let me bring in Patience Gray on the show. Patience, good afternoon and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Mr. Nime.
Yeah, welcome, Patience.
Good morning, to Patience. Mr. Nime, let me tell you thank you. Let me tell you thank you again for being part of that program yesterday. Let me say thanks to the Children Heaven family for being part of that occasion yesterday. I was so happy to see you. I think I told you yesterday, I said you and my father get a feeling.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Nime, to the issue. Yesterday, what President Weah said, when I was sitting, I said, they see them talking, they will explain it differently. And we are standing back. We will be on their back. What President Weah said, Mr. Nime, a pussy. Joseph Boakai is an ingrate. Tomo Fala. They may want Tomo Fala hang on Tomo Fala on a plane fee as a more 2,000 pounds on Tomo Fala behind the late Bishop Reed. I saw him personally in party from my mother house. So we are holding men here, say be the son, God can be somebody to go. So today, why you see Mr. Nime remove from our people after President we have placed for them. I'm hearing that you're trying to remove Papa. What Papa said? He said no. So today, Solomon John went up for every the first President we are today to the way he on the ground. John Solo. They all criticize President we are. Mr. Nime, you are over there. You my father. That's all true. When you help somebody, and that person say against you and criticize and say Mr. Nime, what will you do?
You read about that.
You will say Mr. Nime, you will tell people that you have there.
Yeah.
Me, I can't go to church. Yeah, I educated. But the power say, when your other people have you call it off for a fair, the other one. Let the woman be the corporate and say that against them, Mr. Nimne, and give us away. I said it yesterday, I said, what are them? What are them? What are them? They don't walk in. Sorry, I'm not a book, but the father said, I can't find it.
Okay, patience.
So, Mr. Nimne, where I last, someone for an example. The two sorrows for them, so they all sorrow. When you figure out, they all put it in there. And you know that I didn't make that this one. You know when you finish somebody like happy, God bless you,
That's true.
Most of them want to go.
That's why the people say why the people say you can't burn the hands that feed you.
Okay, two questions for me.
Yep.
I'm one person. We are going to get land. But two person, we are able to get my city place. He saw me yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get my city place. I'm going to president. We have a job, but two president, we have government. Money was here, was taking money last week. I want to get my city place. I have to be on time. I'm playing stuff on the United No. Two president, we have to escape.
Patience, thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Patience. We got to go. We pressed for time. We just got a minute. So let's go to our man Aliyu to wrap up from his end. Aliyu, let's hear you. Maybe you want to say one or two things from the callers, then you can close up. Mr. Masale, are you there? Okay, yes, I don't think we have Aliyu. I see his microphone is muted.
Yep, and we already out of time.
We are out of time. So, folks, we'll be here tomorrow. Thanks to all of you. But y'all heard it, the old man, $60,000 to pay the people rent E40. $10,000 to buy, COVID material. He's swacky. I'm going to pay that. Gain 2,005 say when you won't care, Joe, we have money back. Get the public the money, old man money business. Why you see like bro just shaking because the old man we got the old man money business is anything.
So he
bring my own.
He didn't return your money.
Well play. Anything you want to get the old man will tell you say, yeah, bring my own. Folks, we gotta go. We'll be here, God's willing, tomorrow. Until then, Wendell and Esther Daco was here. We gotta go.